Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erin and I do mostly budgeting videos like the one you're about to see here. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm so happy to bring these sheets to you. I have been contemplating on, some different ways that I can tweak my budget printables, just to make them just slightly more user-friendly and just more encompassing of the perfect layout. I think we're always trying to strive for the perfect planner or the perfect budget planner or the perfect layout, how we do things, planner perfection. So I'm always kind of thinking about those things, and I've come up with a couple alternatives that I hope you guys are happy with, but I wanted to let you know these are not going to be available on my Google Drive for request until tomorrow. So if you're interested in these, please tune in tomorrow because I'm going to be doing a budgeting video and the new printables will be available at that time. So I need some glasses. I don't know who I think I am walking in here and not having glasses. So I have this little case, which I think is so nice. And I think these, I don't even think I've ever worn these, but I'm gonna pull out these. Usually this is full, but as you can see, there's literally, I'm down to one pair in here. And it's because I take my readers off anywhere and everywhere. And then, I don't know, I get this notion in my head that I'm not gonna need them, but here we are. So, all right, I wanted to zoom in because I'm going to go over this a little bit with you in detail. I have a couple different options. So if this is not your thing and you don't like how this looks because you don't care for so much color or you don't want to print in color, I totally get that. But I'm making this for, the budget girlies and guys out there who like, a little bit more of a playful look, and they want their budget workbook to be fun and colorful and just, kind of fun to work with. So I did make some changes on this, but before I show you this is the paycheck breakdown. I also changed up the monthly budget. So I'm also going to be doing neutral colors. So this is just one option. I loved that I found this gradient color option and that, I gave a different color to each one. This looks similar, but it starts out pink here, ends up pink up here. So these are all different, but my layout is a bit different. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a comparison. But here we are for the minimalists. For those who don't want to waste their color ink, or you may not have a color printer. I created this all in grayscale. So there's gray and there's black. So hopefully this makes you happy if you are looking for something more simple, more minimalist, or just more economically savvy because you don't want to waste your valuable color ink, which I totally understand because you guys know I am printing like a madman all the time. I also have the monthly budget in grayscale. Unfortunately, I had to take off the calculator because on here, the monthly budget is in color. As you can see, it's supposed to be green like money. And I put it in grayscale here. But the calculator, I could not get it to go in grayscale for whatever reason. And I tried. So I just put another little money pile up here. So I thought, it's fine. I don't think anybody's going to care. Or maybe you guys wouldn't have even noticed. And I also I wanted to show you, so I printed them out. These are my typical paycheck budget sheets, and this is my neutral palette. So there's some charcoal gray, there's this kind of, I would say this is like a very light salmony pink color, and that's pretty much it. But of course, it is going to draw on your color ink to print something that has this money printed like that because it is green. So anything that you see that even has a slight color variation, it's going to pull on your ink. All right, so let's get into it. So this is the paycheck budget, and let's do a colorful one as a comparison. All right, so hopefully this is going to work. Let me try and readjust because I want you guys to see the details. In fact, I think I need to stand up. All right, so let's go through this a little bit at a time. So up here, we have 4 paycheck lines. And the reason why I reduced that to 2 is because I also give you in the budget kits 5 sheets of this. Now, of course, you can print more, you can print less. It's totally up to you. But it comes built with 5 paycheck budget sheets. And that's because there could be a maximum at any given time of 5 weeks, you know, or 5 Fridays, maybe 5 Tuesdays. Sometimes it just ends up like that. So I wanted to give you enough space and enough pages, really, so you could capture everything. But then when I thought about it, I thought, well, yeah, 5 sheets, but you're not going to have 4 different sources for 5 weeks in a row. And if you do, leave a comment below on how you're doing it, because I seriously need some help. But I thought that's just a little bit excessive. You know what I mean? So if, let's say you get paid on the 10th and you get paid again on the 14th, you're probably going to use a whole other sheet because you're budgeting differently. You're kind of into a new week. You guys understand what I'm saying. So I reduced that just to give this page a little bit more space. So there's 2 lines here for 2 different sources of income. Again, you have one of these for every single week, so hopefully that suffices. If not, you can print more out. Down here for fixed expenses, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces. But sometimes, I don't know, maybe all your bills are due, or maybe half of them are due, or maybe you only do fixed expenses twice a month. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I was able to do one more row. So hopefully that helps a little bit too. For variables, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's kind of nice because sometimes our variables are very small, but we still want to capture them. So it could be like a little micro category like Starbucks or a Dunkin' Run. You know what I'm saying? So you want to capture that. You don't necessarily want to put it in with your groceries. You might not want to put it in with dining out. Maybe you consider that something altogether different. So I try to give you as much space as possible. So here for savings, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows. And here I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 2 more rows for your sinking fund categories. And I think that's really good because a lot of people have tons of different sinking funds and they like to diversify how they're saving. But this is new and this is a subscription area. So I was always putting my subscriptions in with my variables, but I really think that I would like to look at them as a whole separate thing, a whole separate category, because I don't necessarily have to have any subscriptions. I mean, I enjoy using Canva because it allows me to do stuff like this, but I don't really need subscriptions. You know, I could live without Netflix and Hulu and my car wash, but these are things I like to have. So anyways, I just put them in their own category because they are variable, but they're not like a necessity variable. So that's what I did. That was not part of the sheet at all. And then down here, I do have my receipt, the classic receipt that I have been talking up since I've been doing my budget channel. This has always helped me. I've always included this in my layouts, whether I was drawing them with a ruler and a pen or whether I was creating them like this. So you can capture your income, your fixed expenses, variable expenses, subscriptions, and your savings, and then a grand total. And then down here, I had room. So I just added a little quote, and it says, "It's not your salary that makes you rich, it's your spending habits." And I don't know who Charles Jaffe is, but I think he's pretty wise because I think that's pretty true. The only other, the only other improvement I can make to this quote is, it's not your salary that makes you rich, it's your health, it's your family. But when we're just talking about budgeting, it is true. It's how you spend your money. It's not necessarily the amount you make all the time. So there's people who make a ton of money and they have nothing left over every payday. And there's people that make far less and they make their dollars stretch. And it takes savvy, it takes know-how. So we're all learning. At least I am. I'm constantly learning. So that is my paycheck breakdown. All right, so again, let me show you. The grayscale, or the colorless, if you want to call it that, is exactly the same. It's the exact same layout. It just doesn't have the color to it. Now, I am also going to do these in my traditional neutrals. I might change up the neutrals just a little bit, but they are going to be very similar to this. So in case you love this and this speaks to you, this isn't going away. So I'm gonna have really 3 options. I have so many options out there right now. I'm doing different covers, I'm doing different interiors of these budget kits. I'm really trying to diversify these things as much as possible. So, because everyone who's watching is different and everybody has different likes, different tastes. And so I'm really trying to, you know, appeal. And then hopefully, you guys know my intent. Hopefully by this time next year, I can start my Etsy again. So, or actually not at this time next year. I would like to start it by January. But that's my goal. All right, monthly budget. Very similar to the paycheck budget. You have income, but you have quite a few more spaces for income. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you have more than 6 paychecks coming in, again, God bless, because that's a lot of different income sources. And I can say sometimes we do, because we have different, like our income is different and we're a dual income household. So if you're, you know, in that situation, that would kind of make more sense. But if you are, you know, one person and you have 6 different income streams or pay dates, I think that's amazing. Variable expenses, again, there's more lines for this because I wanted to be able to capture all the different categories, but you may have to lump some of them in together. You might not be able to get as nitty-gritty in here as you are in the weekly paycheck budget. But, you know, if you have Starbucks and you went out to eat and you ordered pizza and whatever, you might have to put that all into one. It just depends on how many variable categories you have. Fixed expenses, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You have 14 lines to capture your monthly bills. So that's what I consider a fixed expense. It's like your utilities, your car payment, your mortgage, your taxes, everything like that. So there's plenty of space there to capture lots of different categories. And hopefully that's enough for you. Subscriptions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you have more than that, you might have to double up, like Netflix and Hulu, and then the total for that. But again, you guys know how to work it, and you can make this individual to you, whatever works. And then savings, I'm going to move these pens out of the way. Savings here, you can see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 categories for different sinking funds. So that's nice. And then the receipt is exactly the same as it is every week. So it just captures all that. But you're doing a total inclusive monthly budget on this page. And again, I have the exact same thing in grayscale. So I tried to listen to what you were saying, and I did have a couple people say that they would like, you know, black and white, or they don't print their sheets out in color. So I'm trying to help you out in that way, because I know it is expensive. So that is what the new printables, the individual printables, are looking like. And these are, obviously these are part of the budget kit, but you can also pick and choose what you use and print out of that. You don't necessarily have to print out the whole kit every month if you don't use it. So I also want to say, if you don't want to print anything, I do have the 2024-25 Home and Work Edit, and this is just a month on 2 pages calendar. But what I can tell you that's coming up, and it's going to be different for August because I already have July's budget kit out there. In fact, I have 5 of them. So if you're looking for something, you know, specific, or you didn't like the look of one, you might find another one that you like. But what I'm going to be doing with my budget kits from now on is I'm going to be putting the month on 1 page, because it's a lot. You know, and I'm trying to cut down on the amount of pages, but still trying to offer the same methods of capturing all your information. So I just wanted to let you know that that is happening. And then lastly, this is my calendar year planner, and this is just the 2024, and this is still on Amazon too. So if you're interested in either of these planners, they are out there. I think honestly I like this one a little bit better because I got a little bit better at how to create these, and I'm hopefully I'm just going to keep improving. That's my goal. But anyways, so I just want to let you know these are coming. Tomorrow there's going to be a budget video on a paycheck. So we're going to do a paycheck breakdown together. And if you are on TikTok, I would love if you came over there and followed me. Let me know in the comments that you are coming from YouTube, so I definitely know to follow you back, because sometimes you know how things get crazy and things fall off the radar. We just get busy and we just overlook things. So I definitely want to do that, but just let me know you came from YouTube, because I'm just really happy that we can share more opportunities at different kinds of videos. Most of them are the same, but I'm trying to post a lot more over there because it's quicker, it's easier. And yeah, so that's it. Let me know what you guys want to see. Do you want to see more? I don't know. If you have ideas for me, let me know down in the comments. I really value and love your feedback, so I would love to hear from you. And that's it, guys. I hope you're doing well, and I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I will talk to you for the next paycheck breakdown.